everyone, welcome to Simplicity TV. I am Jenn Pike, your host, the founder of the Simplicity Project and the Hormone Project. I am so thrilled that you're joining us today as I welcome a very good friend of mine, Linda Murphy, who is the co-owner of Clarity Med Spa. Thank you so much for coming today.
And thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
So we met about 6 months ago. I had been hearing fantastic things about your spa, and I was looking for a new space to go and get a facial. And I came down and had my first treatment, and I was blown away by the service, but also by the fact that you guys were using really innovative techniques and tools to achieve some pretty fabulous results. And I've gone to a lot of different places over the last, couple of decades for facials. But I've been to like 4 now at your space in 6 months, and I'll continue to come back. There's just something very different about the approach and what you guys are doing. And I wanted to have the opportunity to share with people one of the really cool aspects of your services, which is adding the cupping not only into the facials, but into full body treatment.
And I think the reason that we connected when you went through this little journey here is I think we connected on beauty and wellness and moving through towards looking and feeling better with the natural approach. And I think that was our connection, because that's what defines you. And even though we're a med spa, and people usually connect med spa with lasers and Botox, and which are all great things, by the way, but we also know that a lot of our clients, and myself included, we pursue more natural approaches, and then we save the big guns for when we need it.
Right.
So the cupping was something that we introduced about a year ago, and it has been so well received, mainly because it works. And it's something that you can pay someone, and you can come to a place like ours at Clarity Med Spa and get a cupping facial, or you can do this at home. And that's what we like, is that when someone can do something at home, we can help you get better results.
Right.
Because what you do at home has more impact than what I do in a 1 hour, 1 hour and a half facial.
Absolutely, because what you're doing at home becomes part of your daily habits and rituals, which we talk about all the time on Simplicity TV. And that's how those are those small daily consistent things that we can be doing that create the big impact. The 1 hour session, to go for it, is an amazing treat for your body. It's part of your overall care.
Yes, and we love having you come for those.
But it's not possible every single day. And so I had been exposed to cupping through my Chinese medicine doctor, but in a very different approach than how you use it at the spa. So when I came for my first facial, I mean, you're already in this trance of relaxation. You've got the cotton pads on your eyes, and then I can hear this like little pop-pop and these things that are being attached to my traps. And immediately my posture shifted.
Lying down, you can feel your chest opening up.
It was like being adjusted in Shavasana, where the instructor slides your scapula, your shoulder blades under you, and so my breath changed because my posture changed. And I actually became even more relaxed in the facial.
Yes.
And then after, when I got back in the car, I was like, oh my gosh, I can move my neck differently. My traps weren't as like tight and rigid.
And when we take those cups off, you miss us.
Yes.
Yeah. So then, so that you don't miss us, you just take those cups home.
Well, and that's the wonderful thing, is that they are available as a tool that you can purchase and bring into your home. And this is what we really wanted to talk about today. We're actually going to be filming 2 segments. The first here is really discussing why we would use these, what exactly they are, the benefits, and then we'll be coming back in a later episode to actually show people how they can use it.
Yes.
So explain to us what cupping is and what the benefits are to using it.
Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is massage cupping. So massage cupping is just that. The cups are in motion, versus when you went to your traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, that was a long mouthful, say that 3 times, the cupping is stationary. You're more prone to that bruising. The Michael Phelps, the Gwyneth Paltrow on the runway, she can get away with it on the red carpet. But you're more prone to the red marks when you're doing the traditional Chinese medicine cupping, because that static cupping, it's staying in one place, and it's staying there for a period of time. We're talking about massage cupping. So when you're always in motion with the massage cupping, it is a rarity to get bruising. Not impossible, but a rarity. And if you do get the bruising, it's usually a technique thing at home, which can be addressed with whoever introduced you to the cupping. A professional could say, maybe you're being a little too aggressive at the beginning. So massage cupping is cupping that's in motion. We work and we promote meaning we are fans and advocates for cupping, that's massage cups that are made of food grade silicone, no BPAs, no phthalates, no latex, and cups that actually squish with the right squishiness. If you don't have the right kind of squish or the right kind of glide, you've got the wrong tool to get the optimal result that you're looking for.
Yeah.
So we work with Lure branded cups. The formulator, she's so responsible. She's a forward thinker. She's health oriented. Her husband's a triple belt, black belt, MMA. They're both of Russian descent, so they grew up cupping.
Right.
She said, if we were sick, my mom would put a cup on it, like as a cup. And so that was normal. That's the norm for them. It's not the norm for me
us.
and my family.
Yeah.
It was cod liver oil, that was it.
Right.
I hear some
mustard
cod liver oil.
packs, things like that. But that's how I was first introduced to it at the Chinese medicine doctor. It was keeping those areas to purge, to pull. And so this is doing a similar thing, but this is waking up that lymphatic system to, increase circulation, to promote lymphatic drainage.
Yes.
Why is it so important that we are A, stimulating our lymph system, and B, doing it in a very specific, certain way?
Well, stimulating the lymph system is just basically moving the junk and the toxins out of our bodies. Usually when people think of lymphatic drainage, they think of legs only.
Right.
And legs are huge because, we're moving south and all of that stuff needs to be brought up. That debris and those toxins need to be moved to the big lymph nodes. But the lymph system, even in the face, draining that has huge impact on how you feel. Bonus is it really has an impact on how you look. But if we want to talk just about the health benefits first, because the beauty in terms of facial contouring or the beauty in terms of how great lymphatic drainage is for cellulite, we can put that aside for now aesthetically, but therapeutically, for people that work out, that do that are runners, that do a lot of CrossFit. Forget the athletes, the people that just sit a lot, that have to drive. I drove here, I drove up here was easy.
Yeah.
The traffic the other way wasn't fun, and my hip flexors were getting tight watching.
Well, the average commuter is spending a minimum of 2 to 3 hours in their car a day. Entrepreneur.
Or on the bus.
On the bus, subway, whatever it is. Working as an entrepreneur in an online business, going from teaching 16, 20 classes a week to sitting on my arse, sometimes 16 hours in a day, the difference in my hip flexor is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Feeling tightness I had never felt before. So not only taking, often breaks, standing up, moving the body around, but then being able, because this takes minutes. You just need minutes to be able to do this.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be stripped down naked on a massage table, a pair of shorts.
No.
Some oil and you're good.
And it can get even easier than that, because I'm all about multitasking.
Okay.
If I could put my lipstick on in the shower, I would.
Oh.
So instead, I just put it on in the car. I prayed for a red light before I got here.
Right.
It's like, okay, we can do this now. You can do massage cupping outside of the shower. You always need a gliding agent. You can do it outside of the shower with coconut oil.
Yep.
Any oil that you have, a beautiful body oil that you love, but it can be as simple as coconut oil. I like the one in the pasty jar because I can just get my fingers in there. It warms in my hand and I don't get oil all over the house.
Now let me ask you on that before you go into that. So we talk a lot about doing dry brushing as you're standing outside, the shower water is getting warm, and doing that before you get in. So you're saying that you can do that alternating and use your cupping sometimes instead of the dry brushing.
You could do
outside.
Both. If you've got the time,
you could do both. Or you could do your cupping inside the shower.
Inside the shower, this is the best way to get rid of leftover bits of hair conditioner that you bought and thought, I hate this hair conditioner. It makes my hair flat. What am I going to do with it? I have 3 daughters, so we always have lots of bits of hair conditioner.
Yes.
And it's a great gliding agent. So I'll do a little squirt of hair conditioner, put it on my leg, and then I just attach the cup and I start gliding. So now, while my hair is rinsing or I'm doing my impression of a horse standing up, sleeping in the shower, I can just kind of do this and massage my legs, and it's done while I'm rinsing and I'm warming up. And
instead of thinking, I gotta have a shower, then I gotta do my cupping, right?
Yeah, it's too many steps. You lose me. I'm
really
like
efficient.
a guy. If it's too many steps, you lose me. So with the dry brushing, and my dry brush is there, sometimes I'll do but even that is like, because my body's usually cold getting in the shower, so I'm not a great dry brusher. I would be better after the shower, but then I have cups, so I don't do it. But my dry brush, I know exactly where it's hanging. You could dry brush before you go in, maybe your arms, get the arms done. Go in the shower, start getting your body warmed up. Get that great organic body wash or hair conditioner, put it on your legs or your arms or your tummy, so you've got a gliding agent. Attach those cups, not those, a cup, and just start moving. And all you need to do is 2 or 3 minutes each leg, and you're done.
So what are you going to feel doing that? So for the person who's never done this before and they're trying to imagine themselves standing in the shower, adhering a cup, moving it all around, what would they expect to feel?
When you first attach the cup, you're kind of going to do a little, whoa, I feel that. And you're going to feel that little suction. It's like a little kiss.
Right.
And depending on how tight your IT bands, and it's usually the IT bands that speak first.
Pretty gnarly.
You can speak on that. I can speak on that. You can change the degree of suction, the amount of vacuum that you're creating. I suffer from severe tightness in the IT bands, the fascial adhesions in my legs. I swear from the waist down, probably from my 3 C-sections. Right. Everything is tight. I feel like I'm wearing a pair of pantyhose inside that are half a size too small for my body. I'm so tight. So I can actually visualize the tightness. So when I first started cupping in the shower, I went on a very light vacuum because I did not need to do much suction. Because the vacuum meaning when you squish it, the more you squish it, the more vacuum you'll create when you release it onto when you place it on the leg. So I'm just doing little kisses. That's all I needed.
Well, and that's great though, because I know, I use foam rolling a lot. I use yoga tune-up balls. I will say the one hard thing about foam rolling with certain people is that if they have the level of tightness and rigidity that you're talking about, it is extremely painful.
And therefore,
and some people actually can't even physically get down on the ground to do it.
That too.
And what you just said, and then you don't do it. So this is following completely in line with the simplicity principles that I'm teaching. And so they've done that, they get out of the shower, kind of regular day goes on. Would you do this every single day? So say you don't shower daily. You can just do the oil process without the rinse off, because that's the thing with the dry brushing, right? Is that you stimulate your sloughing and then you want to get in and rinse.
Yes, and that's part of the reason why I don't dry brush too. I'm like, oh my God, all this stuff is airborne. So, and it's about finding the tools. And when you talk about, you said we don't, well I said and you agree, we don't do it.
Yeah.
It's finding the tools. I work with a trainer and she says, Linda, you need to foam roll. I know I need to do something, but it's not foam rolling. It hurts me too much. Yeah. So the cupping was like, yes, this is amazing for me.
And so different when you're standing and hand is on versus taking all of your body weight on top of the device, right?
Yeah. And I'm not going to foam roll midday. And by the way, I'm sitting here. If this was my room, the foam roll would be sitting under that chair or standing up in that corner, and I still wouldn't do it.
Right.
But when I'm in the shower, my cups are there. It's interesting. I'm not going to do it because it hurts me, and I'm not going to do it because I don't have time to get on the floor. Right. I'm in the shower, so I'm on a roll. Yeah. So I can do it. Your question was, how often did I do it? Because I was so tight, and I was on a mission to feel better. I felt better with the very first time. So I was on a mission, so I thought, I'm going to do this every day the way they say. So I did it every day for 3 weeks. And after 3 weeks, it got really easy. I could increase the vacuum, I could increase the suction, I could move to a larger cup. And I was doing this every day for 3 weeks. And then, life gets busy. And it'd be like 1-2, skip a few. I'd do a couple days, skip a couple days. But then I would feel it. It's like, no, I'm back to those cups.
So this is so fantastic that you've set a 3-week period of time. Recently, I had a brand new group of women start a program called Rock Solid Booty. And it's a 21-day program to really kickstart waking up your whole posterior chain.
Yeah.
Get into the glutes, fire into those areas. But one of the big things that we talk about in that is sitting too long, sitting too often, not getting up and creating those moments of movement. This, to me, sounds like it would work so beautifully in conjunction with a 21-day period of time like that. Because part of the problem for people is that, I'm not even going to talk in this moment about cellulite and things like that, but actual just movement, is that we have a decrease in range of motion.
Yes.
And we think we don't have the strength or the ability to squat, to lunge, to get up and out of a chair without holding on to handles to do
Yes.
it, because we don't have the strength. But if we're so tight and rigid, that tightness is preventing proper range of motion,
Yes, yeah.
which is preventing your body from actually recruiting the right muscles.
It's like a chicken and the egg.
What comes first?
Yeah, but it's a river. We have to find a new chicken and egg.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. Which came first?
Yeah.
And when I think of I was just talking to you about my mom is turning 90, and even the cupping, she's got shoulder issues. She just broke her leg. She's walking in 7 weeks. She's walking and she had a rod up her leg, and she's doing so well. But even the cups on her shoulders, I'm not curing her shoulder, but that shoulder, that chronic, she's had surgery on her shoulder years ago. Just putting those little reversible cups on just gives her relief. It just brings blood into an area that's so congested.
Well, and this is a big part, and I think this is a great way to segue into ending this segment so that we have the opportunity to come back and actually show you how to use these. But I specialize in working with women who have digestive inflammatory issues that are contributing or leading towards hormonal imbalance. Stagnation is a massive part of this. When things are stuck and there is a jam, there's lack of flow. And that flow for this is the lymph system, but it's also just energy in general. So I'm really excited to be able to show all of you at home what we're going to do and a couple of different ways that they can actually bring this into their everyday. And it's such a small investment for such incredible impact.
Investment of, first of all, time, because to me time is money. And even the kit themselves are, I spend more on coffee.
Right.
Fancy coffees.
Yeah.
Than I would on a bag of cups, and the coffees do more to me, harm for me.
Right.
Although I love it, in terms of acidity, blah blah. But I spend money on that, and yet I'm always pursuing health. This is so easy.
Well, isn't this always the redundant part of what we talk about? Is
it's
that
organic coffee, by the way.
But we look at something like the enjoyment factor of the coffee or the glass of wine or the whatever it is, and we will always find the time, the room, and the money and the budget to go after those things because they create a certain feeling for us that contributes to how we feel like we're going to flow in our day and what we feel like we deserve. But then when we talk about creating the time, the energy, the money to do something like this, there's lots of barriers, reasons, and excuses that come up. And it's one of those things that oftentimes it's like you don't know until you know, and in this case you don't know until you've seen and or experienced it firsthand.
Yeah.
So that's what we are going to sign off on right now. We're going to get prepared behind the scenes to come back to you and actually show you what it looks like to put these cups into motion and create that motion throughout your lymph system. So thank you so much for joining us today. Stay tuned when you see us back here next time, and you will actually see Linda putting these cups in motion. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Here's to creating more simplicity and more ease in everything that you do.